2020 has been a crazy time for America. For the last 3 months, we've been stuck at home in quarantine because of the coronavirus, and everything has just gone to whack. We really don't have a normal anything right now. Whether it be your relationships with your friends or your school, and everything else has just gone crazy. And so a lot of us right now are starting to get things back to normal. And so for our first series, we wanted to go through Distant, just talking about how to reconnect to God, your friends, and your family. So in quarantine, in my family, we have two very different personalities. Laura, my wife, is a huge introvert. And so you can actually see the difference between introverts and extroverts inside this picture. And so Laura is a huge introvert. She is loving everything going on. She gets to read every single day. She just gets to wake up in the morning, cuddle with the dog, and just hang out, and she is completely content. Me, I'm an extrovert, and I'm not the type of extrovert who could just call someone and hang out with them on the phone or see them on a FaceTime or on Zoom or even just play a game or anything like that. I need to see people face to face. If I can't see them for so long, it just makes me sad and depressed and lonely. But something that me and Laura both have in common is that through this entire time, we have missed our friends. Friends mean a lot to us. It's literally what helps us to get by, because whenever you have that friend, those best friends that just care about you, that want to be there for you, you love spending time with them. And when you can't do that, things just get a lot harder. In Ecclesiastes 4, verse 9 through 12, it says, "Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer." So when I read this passage, what I have a tendency to do is think, man, that is what I want. Whether it's whenever I fall, having someone there that's looking and able to say, hey, let me help you back up again. Or whenever you're cold, when life is kind of getting hard, and someone that's like, hey, I know something's been going on, so I just want to be there for you. I want to help you be warm. Or then lastly, whenever you're being attacked, to have someone that looks at you and says, hey, I need to stand back to back with you to help defend you. So with that, I have a tendency to look at this and think, man, that is the friend that I want to have. I want a friend who's always there for me. But the problem is, whenever it comes to friendship, we are selfish. We like to think about what kind of friend that I want for me, the kind of friend that I want to be there whenever I'm fall, whenever I'm cold, and whenever I'm being attacked. And so what we do to this verse is we make it about us, the friend that we want to have. But the first truth I want to go over is that friendship isn't just about you. So when I was in kindergarten, I was a part of a gang. I know you probably kind of guessed it. Literally, if you look right here, I'm right over here. That just screams gang life. So when I was in a part of a gang, we were awesome. We were at the school, and I remember there was me, my best friend Luke, my other friends that were twins and had a snake. I don't remember their names whatsoever. And then one other guy I literally remember nothing of, but I remember our gang. We had a little hideout. We had a giant tree with knots on it, and that was our little hideout. We had seats and thrones where we all got to sit around the tree. Can't you just picture how awesome we were? And I was the unofficially elected leader of our kindergarten game. So one time in kindergarten, it was an awesome day. We had a competition day where everyone went out, and we had different competitions from art and painting to racing and everything else. And one day when we were racing, I was in the race and I was getting ready. And so all of our kindergarten class was ready to run across the field. And whoever won got to be the first place ribbon, second place ribbon, and then third place ribbon. And I'm like, I am in this. I can run fast. And so as we start, I put get ready. I do the whole on your feet, on your knees, ready to sprint and start. And as they say go, I start running as fast as I can. And I very quickly learned that I am not fast. I learned the truth that I learned far later, is that I may also not be the most athletic. As I watched, all of my classmates passed me up running faster than I was. And the second one was one of the twins in my gang. He crossed the line, and they ended up giving him the second place ribbon. When I saw that, I just wanted it so badly. I wanted to be able to say, like, I got second place. And so I did the kindergarten thing to do, and I went to my friend and I said, hey, I really want that ribbon. That's mine. And I kid you not, as awful of a child as I was, I ended up saying in such rudeness that I made him give me his second place ribbon. I made friendship about me. I wish I could say that I was a much better friend to him later on, but after kindergarten, I moved schools, I moved towns, I never even went back. I don't even remember his name to go and apologize to him. But a lot of us are still just as selfish when it comes to us. If you look back at that verse again, you see that it's just talking about over and over again these hard times that someone's going through, and you really, really want your friends to be there for you whenever you're falling, whenever you're cold. And then after that, it talked about whenever you're being attacked, you want your friends to be there for you. But it's not just about that. It's something that you look at and you say, man, I want to be there for my friends too. Even though they're going through something hard, I want to help them. When you read this verse, don't just read it as the victim. Don't just read it as the one that's cold, but read it in the fact that whenever one person's getting attacked, you don't just have to do what you naturally want to do and just run away. How many of us have seen a friend being bullied or something like that, or someone even being bullied that's not really our friend but needs a friend, and we just don't want to do anything? We don't think that we really know what to do, or we're not good enough to go and reach in and try to help him out. And so we kind of look out for number one. And that makes us a terrible friend. But the truth is we're missing out. The second point I want to talk about is that friendship exists for hard times. In kindergarten, there was no game more vicious and terrifying than Red Rover, Red Rover. If you've ever played the game, what you do is you go ahead and all of your friends get in a line and the other team's in another line, and you link up and you're trying to grip as hard as you can and basically asking for another child to run as quick as they can, barreling towards you, trying to find the weakest link, which was always me, and try to barrel through and push through and make someone's hands just break apart. So many kids ended up flat on their backs. So many kids ended up hurt, whether it be the ones trying to hold on as hard as they could, or whether it be the children just running across. With Red Rover, everyone's strength is defined by the weakest link. Whenever the person is running across, what happens is they look around and they try to find the two smallest people, and they're like, I know I could break through that line right there. And so they charge as fast as they can, and they will bust it because of how weak it is. The same thing applies to friendship. A lot of times, friendship doesn't exist for when things are easy. It doesn't exist for you to just go and just hang out at Andy's sometime or things like that. It exists for hard times. If you've gone through a hard time, you know what it is to feel like you are alone. Proverbs 17:17 says this: a friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in a time of need. Friendship isn't about the 99% of the time when things are going well. It's about being there whenever someone has fallen and needs help up. It's about being there when someone's at their lowest, at their most depressed, and saying, hey, I still love you. I still want to be there for you. Like in the verse, it talked about how whenever you fall, having someone to lift you up, whenever you're cold, having someone to make it warm, and then whenever a time of being attacked, having someone there to go to your defense. This past 3 months has been such a hard time. And I think if you're like me, what you just naturally do is you think about yourself. You think about what I'm going to do every single day. And you don't think about how lonely all of your other friends are. But for us, what we want to do is start taking that friendship and start looking outside and not inside. Not thinking about your friends and how good of friends they are for you, but take some time to go out, to find your friends and just communicate how valuable they are to you. In a few moments, we're actually going to be talking about a challenge that we have for you to reconnect with your friends, to make friendship more about them. But before then, let's go ahead and pray. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity that we are having to come back out of isolation. God, thank you for the friends that you have given every single student, Lord. God, help us to make friendship about each other. Help us to help them out in hard times, God. And help us to show value to all of our friends and to be the best friend we can be. In your Son's name, amen.